Hi everybody. Ooh, I got a hair on my eyeball. Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're doing glutes, and glutes are a big freaking deal. Butts are really trending right now, right? I mean, they're kind of always trending. You always want a nice butt, but all the booty building, right? We want to build bigger, better glutes. And for me, I just want better glutes. I don't necessarily want a huge butt. I just want like a really nice butt. So I'm right along the train with everybody else. I'm obsessed with glute stuff, activating, feeling the right muscles, getting the right places of the butt to create shape. And I will say, when I work my butt, like when I take time to add that into my workouts, I see a difference. No weights needed, okay? So I'm just using a band most of the time. These are one of those resistance bands you put around your legs. They're all over Amazon. Mine are pretty weak, so I'm in the market for a thicker, bigger band. If you have a favorite and you want to link it down below, let me know which one I should get. This is a circuit style workout, okay? So we're gonna do 1 minute of each movement. Some of the movements are double-sided, so we'll spend 1 minute on one side and then a minute on the other side, etc. Feel free to do 2 or 3 circuits of this if you want like 20 to 30 minutes of just butt, and that's all you're gonna do for a workout. Otherwise, this is a great set for activating your glutes if then you wanna go and lift and do some heavier movements or different movements from there. So all the options. All right, without further ado, let's get into the workout. We are getting right to business here with some lateral banded side lifts. As you see on the clock, which I finally figured out how to put in my video, there's 1 minute for each exercise like we talked about. So you got to do this for an entire minute. Try not to rest. Every transition is going to be speedy. So just be ready for that. Pause the video if you need to. So we're doing a lateral side lift. My standing leg is soft, and I'm really thinking about pulling in through my abs. So probably my first correction or word of advice would be to not arch your back. You're going to feel that kind of weird. If you do arch your back, you don't want to get tight back there. The goal is to spotlight your right, if you're doing your right leg, your right medial glute, which just like it sounds is on the side of your bum. So I actually go a little bit diagonally to the back. I read a bunch of articles. I prefer that feeling. Studies show that our glute engagement is a lot deeper if we go about 20% to the back. Okay, 1 minute, we done. On to the other side right away. So same thing, other leg. You will feel, I guarantee it, you will feel your standing booty cheek on this side. So since I'm lifting my left leg, I'm feeling my right cheek as I stabilize. So here you can see I'm just that tiniest bit out to the back. So I'm not straight side. You might prefer it side, and that's okay. It just gets into my hip flexors, so that's a tip. That's my tip for you. Squeeze kind of the meaty part of your glute. So picture what part of your butt you want to work and then just squeeze it. I think mind to muscle connection is so helpful in getting a good workout, especially when you're working really specifically to certain muscle groups like this. This is not a compound movement, so we're just spotlighting the booty. Oh, I'm feeling it. Can you see? I'm feeling it. Sorry for the gratuitous butt shot. PS. I was like, ooh, I want you to see my glutes, and it just looks like you're staring at my butt. So don't think about it too much. Keep working. We're done. Like I said, no transition time. You ready? Go. Right away, straight behind you, Arabesque kickbacks. Okay, so these are really popular all over Instagram with the cable machine. Pressing back. I like a straight leg because I'm able to really feel a kind of picture like right under my butt, and then it zings all the way up to the top of my pelvis. Like that one section just gets tighter and stronger every time I lift my leg. Even though we're kind of keeping a good pace, try not to use momentum. Okay, so I'm really exhaling as I lift, and then trying to give it even just a half of a second hold to the top so that I'm controlled. And I feel like my muscle engagement is a little bit deeper in that regard. Bottom knee is still soft and abs are still tight. So this is where it's super easy to arch your back. Try not to. I'm trying to keep my hips square as well with a little bit of turnout only in my hip socket. Few more. Push, push, push to get through that side. I had a hard time with all this extension. Okay, left side. Try not to rest. Right into it. Wazam. So you can kind of see it at this another awkward butt shot angle. Sorry about that. I kind of picture like there's two headlights right in the front of my hip bones, and they're shining down, or at least to the front a little bit. And I'm turned out just a little bit, but that happens through my hip socket and not my pelvis, if that makes a difference. I feel like I get a little more turnout without sacrificing my form. So I'm getting kind of that good comprehensive booty squeeze. So feel free to explore a little bit with that. Keep your back straight. You got 18 seconds left, so just focus on your breath. Exhale, press. Focus on that resistance. Your standing leg might be tired, but you're not giving up, because you want the best booty in the whole planet. And a nice strong booty is good for your back too. It's good for your posture, so stick it out. Nice, we made it. Okay, quick transition. Grab a chair or a bench, put your feet up on it, bridge through your hips, and then we're just doing banded, supine, abduction, okay, for really nerdy talk. So just put your feet up, bridge your hips like an inch or two off the ground, and then just press your knees out against the band. This looks like such a sissy move, right? You're like, girl, what are you even doing? But I love this set for activating my outer glutes. You would think they were pretty darn active after all those leg lifts to the side, but this feels really different. I think my favorite thing about this move is that I'm really aware, and you can see better at this angle, I'm really aware if my knees are moving at the same time. There's always one leg that's like a little smarter than the other. You could kind of see it right there. My right leg seems to be smarter, and my left leg kind of like, whoa, does this weird thing. It's like my brain's pathway to my muscle on my left butt is not as quick or not as smart. So just press out. Try to stay really even with your cadence. Press out, out, out. From there, you're going to hop up to standing, jump squats. Okay? Press out against the band. So this whole set, you just keep that band around your knees. And you're just jumping. I didn't even make it through a minute, guys. I made it to like 57 seconds, and then I wussed out. So just keep it nice and even. Deep breaths, flat back. It's really easy to lean forward. So try to sit your butt back and don't lean forward, even if your squat is maybe not as deep. Heels down, and you're always pushing just a little bit to the sides on that band. And that's why I love the band around the thighs. Anytime I squat with a heavier weight or anything going on, put the band around your thighs so that you can remind yourself to activate your medial glutes. And sorry for the butt shot again. There it is. It'll be over in a few seconds. Just wait. So we'll just ignore that. Keep jumping. Keep going as much as you can, even if your thighs are on fire. Know that you're going to go back to your little bench in a second and lay on it for single leg bridges. So quick transitions coming up. Get a few more if you can. Don't stop like I did. Okay, chest up on this bench. We're starting with single leg hamstring bridges. Okay, so you could use a chair, a bench. Make sure it's anchored into the floor, because I've totally done this into like an ottoman in our living room, and the ottoman like slides across the carpet. So just be careful. Make sure it's anchored against a wall or something. I put the edge of it right under my shoulder blades, kind of bra line area, and that works great. Drop your hips all the way almost to the floor and then press back up. My other leg is just floating in the air. If that really fires up your hip flexors, I'll show you a little modification here where you can just cross your leg, your free leg over your knee, or you can, yep, right there. Or you can cross it over your standing foot, but I think that's just too easy. This variation really keeps the focus. See, that's the other variation, but that's easy. That's too easy, don't do that. Keep your leg up as much as you can. You can see my face. I am feeling it. These get really hard for a minute. I'm like, are we there yet? No. One more. Press. So right where you're at, just switch legs. Joanna's dying. Just keeping it real. Okay, keep going. Big press, big push. I think about keeping my hips really square and then driving into my standing leg with as much squeeze through my butt and my hamstring as I can. I like to just press through a flat foot. If you want to drive a little more through your heel and flex your ankle, you will target a little bit lower into your hamstring. Just try to keep your upper body going with the flow. This is all just a straight kind of a piston movement up and down through your hips. Check periodically and make sure that left hip isn't doing anything weird. If you modified on the first side, go ahead and modify on this side, crossing your left leg over, either onto your knee or to your foot. Getting through a whole minute single leg is flipping hard. But I loved this set. I don't do these a lot, but I've been trying to add them in more, and they're just hard. It's so specific, and I love exercises that are just specific and just fire up that muscle. Okay, a few more seconds and we're right away into our next set. We're gonna take off the band, and then I want you to kneel in a quadruped position. So I'm gonna do this on the bench just so that you can see better. And your movement is a hydrant lift and then a press back and then back open and down. So I'm pressing not just right behind me, but if you can see to that far back diagonal. So in this leg and arm situation, I think about lifting my left knee straight up and then driving my left toe back towards my right shoulder. Okay, now again, I was messing around with angles here. Not a good shot, not a good angle, not my best, but still learning how to get a good angle for the camera. So all you're trying to do is keep your abs scooped. This one actually felt kind of easy after all of that single leg bridging. I was happy for that. This gets like the full tour of your butte muscles. Okay, so a little medial, little maximus, and you're thinking about squeezing across and rotating. That length through your knee right there as you stretch should feel really elongating through your muscles. And again, I love that feeling of length. Just switch sides. So I switched angles, but if you're doing this on the floor, you can just switch right to your other knee. Feel free to pause the video whenever you need a break, but trying to do this straight through was really challenging, I thought. Trying to take less break time. So you can always make that a little easier or a little harder for yourself. Keep pressing, keep lifting. A perk for what I'm doing here up on this bench, you can look at my wrists and they're a lot straighter because I'm able to wrap my hands around the sides. So if you do have any wrist problems or you get a little tightness or crankiness through that joint, this is a great modification if you have even like an ottoman at home and you can kind of kneel on top of it and wrap your hands around the side. So nice. We're still going. This is technically our last set, but we're gonna do some extra credit at the end. So if this is it for you, really push, really lengthen. Think about your body kind of coming all together, squeezing, lengthening, lifting, strengthening, all of that jazz. All right, extra credit bonus round. Put that band back on your thighs and we're just gonna bridge until sudden death, basically. So I love finishing a set or a workout with this. I kind of mentally think I'm done, and then you're just gonna go in and see how much more you can do. There's no pressure. You know, if you don't want to do this part, that's fine. So I'm doing 3 different variations here just to get that last little bit of squeeze. Parallel feet, just a classic bridge. I'm not dropping my hips all the way down, if you can tell for that one. Then turned out, I am dropping my hips down for this. Make sure you really push out against the band. It's kind of weird to get situated. That band feels like it's really trying to like assault you and take your knees in and together. So you have to push out and then just clench your butt as hard as you can. That's pretty much my best cue in this position, is just squeeze the heck out of your butt cheeks. And that is a really comprehensive feeling. In this turned out position, you get a little bit of that medial and glute maximus as well. So I just walked my heels out and flexed my feet. This is hella hamstring. So much hamstring and it's so intense. So try to get your feet out as far as they can go, not straight-legged, but kind of in between like a 3/4 leg, and then just drive through your heels. So if you do like more hamstring, go ahead and stay here, do as many as you can. I decided I wanted to finish with one last normal bridge and just go for gold here. So finish out whatever you want. If you want to do even a few more minutes of this until you're truly, truly fatigued and can't lift your hips all the way, that's a great way to finish a workout and finish on a high point. So I always suggest that. Otherwise, that'll wrap it up for today's video. Thanks again so much for watching. It's so encouraging and helpful just to know that there are people watching this and doing them. That just makes my whole day. So comment, feel free to request workouts. I love hearing that. I will totally give you what you want. Just shoot me some ideas if you have them. And that's it. Have a wonderful day or night or morning, wherever you are watching this. You are probably a really amazing person. So I believe in you. Work your butt, squeeze those glutes, and we'll see you next time. Bye.